Hello and welcome to my lesson on recording a 12-bar blues pattern into BandLab using a Midi controller keyboard. So a Midi controller is a bit like a piano, except it has no sounds inbuilt. It's completely reliant on a computer or other digital device like an iPad or a phone in order to operate. It looks like that, and usually they cost about 130 Australian dollars, so they're pretty cheap to buy. And there's a lot of different things you can do with them once they're plugged into your computer. So the pattern that we're going to play today is a 12-bar blues. We're going to play it in A, and the pattern looks like this if you think about each square or box being a bar of music, and these are the notes that you need to play in order to play each chord. Now within each bar you could play each chord once, which is what I'm going to do today, or you could play it 2 times or 4 times, or you could play it in triplets. There's loads of things you can do with it, and the sky's the limit really, but I'm going to keep it pretty basic for this lesson. And I want to record through 12 bars following this progression here. Okay, now going back to BandLab, what I need to do is create a new song. Now it's important when you get to this point that you already have your keyboard connected using the USB connector into your computer, and that the keyboard's already turned on, because if your laptop can't find it, if it's not plugged in, then this step is not going to work. So new track, and what I want to choose is instruments, or use your keyboard or MIDI connector, or connect via MIDI. So USB, MIDI, if you don't get that, let it go over your head. MIDI is just a instrument music standard when it's converted to digital. So click on instruments here. Once you're in this far, if your keyboard's connected, you should be able to play things and you should hear it. Now those sounds are being generated by the computer. They are not coming out of the keyboard, which means you can change them on the computer. So down the left hand side, I could change this from a piano sound to electric piano, which is always a good sound for the blues. Bit of a softer tone colour there. Alright, so once I've got my sound, I want to set up my metronome because I need to be in time. So I need to turn the metronome on, and then there is a tap tempo, so say that's my speed there. Click, 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 click. If I click at that speed, it'll come up automatically with the pace at which I'm clicking. Alright, about 100 is fine. I like the clav sound because it's really clear. You can hear it really well over everything else. And I've got 1 bar of counting. That's 1 bar before I need to start playing. Let's go. Hit stop, you can actually see the notes that have been played, and I should be able to play it back. I can turn the metronome off now. There it is. And the beauty of this is that we can play it in parts. I can now go and add, say, some bass notes. Let's just say I pick up, you can see there, just the A and the D and the E notes, just single notes, but down low, just to give it a bit more depth. So I'm going to add another track. I'm going to make it another instrument track. I need to change it back to electric piano. I could use anything really, but I'm going to go for electric piano. Turn the metronome back on, and I'm going to record just the bass notes in this time. So A, 2, 3, 4. you can see those single notes there. Now I can keep layering up. I could go and play guitar in, I could do beatboxing over the top, or I could do a drum machine, and you can keep layering like that as you go along. But what I'm looking for this lesson is just these 2 piano tracks. As per this sheet, 12 bar blues. If you want to extend yourself, you could use my 7th version and play the 7th chords in. The other thing you could do is you can play the bass notes and this one in at the same time if you're good enough on the keyboard to be able to do that. I've just done them separately. You might have seen me click this. This just changes which octave of the piano I can see. You can see that moving up and down. It's just changing what notes I can see on the computer screen. It's not really changing the notes that I'm playing. Okay. And that's it. Good luck.